And there it is. And, okay, it has been tweeted out. Very good, very good. And I'm just making sure that all of that is closed. And I will make sure that we are showing up on video. All right. There is Sean in the chat room. And there's
Hi,
Jay
Sean.
Quellen in the chat room.
Official count of A3K Network. We're basically royalty.
There it is. Okay. Give me video. Give me video. Come on, YouTube. Give me video.
Thanks for the
Give
feedback,
me,
Sean.
there
boy.
it is. All right. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to A3K Live. And we are just about to get started. Use that hashtag. Join the YouTube chat. Join the conversation, as they say. And I believe I'm good to go on all sides. So, let me pull up the last thing I need. And, all right. Let's see. Yeah, Ninja Slayers. Ninja Slayers formation. That's the last thing. Yeah. All right.
Give me liberty or give me video. Thank you, Sean. It's important.
Give me liberty or give me tacos. Tacos are always good. I'll take tacos over liberty.
It's a Taco Tuesday.
On Saturday.
It's Tuesday.
Any day. Any day.
Robin.
Is Taco Day.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gonna have me cracking the Teen Titans Go Robin jokes.
Save it for the show. All right. We're good to go. I'm going to count it down one more time, and we will do the damn thing. Shall we?
Yeah.
Buenos nachos, amigos. Welcome, one and all, to the A3K podcast live on the internet right now. That's why we call it A3K Live. Hashtag. I'm David Majors. I'm the host of this show, and I am joined by the cast and crew of Anime3000.com, where the future of anime and manga shall be discussed and podcasted until the end of all existence. I'm joined by, officially, my brand new co-host. She was in developmental. I managed to get her called up to the main roster. The one, the only, Jack D. Tyler D. What's up, Jay Quellen?
Yo, the wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, fight. Hey guys, I'm really glad to have this opportunity to be able to throw everything around the A3K horn. This is going to be a load of fun, and let's hope to God.
Amen to that. Joining us this week, host of the Manga Corner here on A3K Network and the Gintama Cast. I think I said that wrong. But the always fantastic Colton. What's going on, Colton?
Hey, it's okay, David. Everybody gets that wrong. I'm fine. I'm good. How about you?
I can't complain. I'm enjoying doing another episode of the A3K podcast, and we're all having a fine Saturday evening, especially if you're following us all on Twitter. But that's all we're going to say about it.
Fun times.
Yep.
Joining us also this evening, Twitch streamer and blogger and nerd internet person extraordinaire, A.W. Brawler. A.W., what's going on, sir?
Oh, well, apparently I've discovered a new word. Apparently there's some people who don't like my take on certain things and have labeled me a weeaboo, yes. And reading the definition for it, I'm like,
fucking
that's not an
weeb.
insult. Don't call me that. I don't care. Next.
You fucking weeb. Look at all these
There's not an insult.
weebs.
There's not a definition. It's just a derogatory way of saying otaku, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, Frank. As long as you embrace who you are, I respect that. So that's always a good thing.
We will give you
Those
your
are my motto.
honors. We will give you your games.
You should
But one thing we will not give you is a certain black lactose sort of detective, which is a disgrace unto the original detective, of which it shares,
Not love
unfortunately,
Cordelia.
the namesake of. That's all I'm going to say on
But
that.
Cordelia. If she wasn't on Milky Holmes, I wouldn't watch it. I love Cordelia. She reminds me of Sonya from Kill Me Baby. In a weird way.
Again,
Then
I
let's
don't know
get
what you're
weird.
talking about. I have no idea. AW, you're scaring me
You did the
again.
countdown last week and mentioned Kill Me Baby, and I was like, oh God, it's on the list. The underrated anime.
You're scaring me. Scaring me here.
That's
I
why
don't know
we
what you're
bring
talking
him
about.
on, folks, because he gets weird, and I like to get weird. But before we
Let's
get really weird, let's just jump right into these. Funimation, the company continuing to keep the anime industry here in America alive, has saved yet another franchise. This one being Ninja Slayers. The newest simulcast from Funimation is Ninja Slayers. Funimation has acquired the streaming and video license for Ninja Slayer, a new show with all sorts of influence from Trigger and Kill la Kill. Make of that what you will.
Hey, is
But,
there any
just-
actual slaying of ninjas in this show?
Well, I would think so. It's in the title. I mean,
I don't think there are any ninjas.
Steven Universe
There
is
can
about a
possibly
little
be
kid
any
named
ninjas.
Steven, so...
No, it's not.
That's true.
It's about a little kid named Bob. Don't delude yourself here. Come on.
Well, damn. I guess I had the show all wrong then.
Well, I'm guessing that completely changes your opinion. But I gotta say, one thing about Funimation that really does not get a lot of credit is that they are really pushing the industry forward, especially here in the Western world. They are making anime viewing easier for everybody. This is a show that will appeal to a lot of people. And the more that I'm reading about it, basically the tagline reads, ninjas, karate, sushi, the dystopian cyber underworld of Neo Saitama. This sounds like something I might enjoy. I might check it out. And right now, I really have nothing to watch. All of my animus are dead. They're done for the season. So I have nothing else going on. Even though these are the same guys that made Kill la Kill. Ugh.
Well, they did
What should I
also
do?
make Little Witch Academia, and they did make Inferno Cop, and maybe, just maybe, we can imagine to ourselves that Kill la Kill was kind of a fluke, and then they realized, wait, we're turning into Gynax. We need to stop. We need to stop this right now. And let's just hope that's the way it goes. Let's just hope. Let's pray. Moment of silence. Okay, move on. Moving on.
If there's one thing we've learned is that no anime company is perfect. Each and every one of them has at least a couple of duds.
Bullcrap.
So.
Bullcrap. Toy Animation
Really?
is perfect. Nothing. There ain't nothing that Toy Animation does is bad.
Take the Grand Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not good, but it's not bad either. It's at least decent.
I'm gonna say my personal favorite anime, Hellsing,
If not,
is
they're
extremely choppy.
4Kids does everything bad except for Pokemon.
Oh dear.
I mean, 4Kids give us the stupid gum rap, so the straw hat rap or whatever they
Hey
call
now, AW, let's not forget who you're talking
You
to.
are
here.
outnumbered here, sir.
No,
You're
man.
seriously outnumbered here.
Let's go, just 1-on-2.
Now, before AW digs himself further into an even deeper hole, let's talk about a show that has not been talked about for a little while, Naruto. Brand new story coming out is that there will be, yes, a Naruto Gaiden manga that will start coming out in April. The March 30th issue of Shonen Jump is announcing that Naruto will be returning for a story entitled The Seventh Hokage and the Scarlet Spring Month. New preview pictures show Hokage Naruto, now an adult, and his son Boruto and Sasuke's daughter doing Naruto adventures. Yes.
Am I
Go ahead.
the only one who's getting Indiana Jones vibe from this?
Wait,
AW.
1 second.
AW.
Will you talk to this? is his baby's mama? It better be Hinata. He better be married to Hinata.
I think it might.
Yeah, you didn't hear? You didn't hear? Yeah, it's absolutely Hinata.
Okay,
Yeah.
if it wasn't, I don't even care about it. You
Yeah,
deserve.
Hinata Naruto was 100% confirmed. Naruto and Hinata is 100% canon confirmed. Yeah, that's how the last issue ended.
That's how I wanted to end
No.
because he was too dumb to notice.
But here's the thing, guys.
Anime
Shonen Jump
protagonists aren't
likes
supposed
money.
to hit that ass.
What was that, Jack?
I think she said
But
something.
no, Uncle D.j.m. The shonen protagonist's not supposed to hit the ass. They're not supposed to.
Yes, they
They're
are.
not supposed to have children. They're supposed to be in homosexual. I'm gotta stop making this a thing.
No.
I gotta stop doing
He
this.
arrested and
I
everything.
gotta.
Look, that's not the worst any of us have seen from Naruto. Let's be honest here. And hey, guys, it was a heterosexual relationship in an anime. I mean, I know that probably
gay.
Yay.
he married Sakura.
For the longest,
He married Sakura.
I had no problem with that. That was his choice, but I thought he was gay as the day is long. I thought him and Naruto were like buddies. You know?
Nope, they were just bros all along. It was like Jay and Silent Bob, just heterosexual life partners.
My problem with this is they have to let this die. But of course, you can't because we're running out of shonen series because there's the top 3, most popular, most longest running, and we can't just let One Piece just reign supreme, clearly. So we have to let this live on and on. It's a wrinkled, gray-skinned old man trying to lift up his finger so he can beep for a glass of water, and then the nurse comes in and has to clean his bedpan out, and then we look at each other and go, wait a sec. Why the hell were they all wearing these weird-ass headbands? And why are all the kids at the high schools wearing these weird-ass headbands? And why, of all things, are we now suddenly instating rules that those are gang symbols? That's a thing, by the way.
Well, technically,
Now,
it's
Jay Quellen,
banned Naruto headbands.
you bring up excellent points.
a gay.
However, there was another shonen show that ended up with a sequel with the main character's son after marrying a female character.
No.
That ended up being pretty popular. The show
We
I'm
can't
talking about, of
compare
course. Oh, can't we?
We can.
You're saying we can't compare Naruto and Dragon Ball? You're saying we can't compare them? Because this has happened
We're not
before.
allowed.
There is a precedence.
Yeah,
It has happened before.
It's happened before, but we are not allowed to speak of two disparate qualities of show. I don't allow it in this courtroom.
If my brother is watching this one's for you, man. I hate to say it because I always argue the opposite, but I would argue that don't compare Naruto to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is better. I will argue Dragon Ball Z is better.
Let's talk about Dragon Ball Z.
Naruto is better, but I will argue Dragon Ball Z.
Nobody's gonna disagree that Dragon Ball Z is better. I'm simply making the point that there's absolutely a precedent for this from Shonen Jump. And to not act like that this wasn't coming, and it's not absolutely no surprise to anyone because Shonen Jump likes money, then I don't know what to tell you, man, because this is Naruto Ball Z, without question.
Naruto Ball Z.
I
Can we have
doubt
it as Naruto blank ball and then the Z just as one word and it's Naruto balls?
People are gonna misread as Naruto balls, and you might
Exactly.
Not sure.
You know, that's exactly what happened back in the day. # old man D.j.m, where everyone
Hashtag
would
Naruto
say
balls.
Naruto balls with a Z. Because we're cool and extreme, like it's 1998. Naruto balls with a Z.
Exactly for say your lines.
All right. Because we all drank Surge too. Moving on from something that was from the 90s to Studio Ghibli. A documentary was released about the team behind Studio Ghibli. Netflix just recently began streaming the Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, a documentary that focuses on Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata and all of their recent work at Studio Ghibli. It documented their work through a couple of their films through the year, Miyazaki's The Wind Rises and Takahata's Princess Kaguya. The documentary is directed by Mami Tsunada, who's famous for her documentary Ending Note that focused on her father dying of cancer. And recently the video for another song from another documentary of hers was used as the theme song for The Wind Rises, the recent Miyazaki film. I watched this last night. Jack, I know you caught some of it as well. Guys, have you heard of this?
I've seen you, David, and other people mention it on Twitter. I haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet, but this does sound very interesting, though. I will have to catch this later.
It was definitely interesting, except it felt almost too much like an actual Miyazaki movie. There were moments where it seemed like the director was trying to film things like a Miyazaki movie, which was really, really weird. And this was 2 hours long, and it was about 20 minutes or so too long. Jack, I know you started watching a little bit before we started recording. What did you think?
Oh, goody! This is where I get to share a Netflix review, which I'll just share a crucial line from it. I'm pulling it up right now. If you learn how Ghibli makes films or details of Miyazaki's life story, this is not the film for you. But if you are curious about the personalities and motivations that drive this eccentric director, this film lets you peek into his world. The documentary starts out painfully slow without much direction, but by the end, you realize that's sort of the point. This is massively upsetting, and as you watch, and then 10 minutes in, you hear him remark things such as, "I cannot deal with the 21st century. I am a 20th century man." You think to yourself, first off, why does he sound like a typical Tumblr user? Secondly, why do I care about his thoughts and feelings when he remarks that anime was a mistake and I get shit such as Death Parade? Death Parade. And also,
haven't Colton and I been telling you about Death Parade for like the last month?
Yeah.
The establishing shots of the studio and the scenery, extremely, extremely boring, and it doesn't add anything to it. They could have like a third of those shots, and it would be perfectly fine, because then I would still appreciate the scenery, instead of, when are you going to talk, strange Japanese voiceover lady? My time is valuable. I can't finish this. And then it became like those YouTube challenges where people will comment in the comments section. I got through in 20 minutes, or I was done at the 10-minute mark. It became like that, where at, I think, 28 minutes, I went, you know what? This is really not for me. Also, real quick, before I can let somebody else get their thoughts in, we have a couple gold posts in the chat right now. We've got the man, Sean Russell, remarking, "The wind breaks," which I think is just gorgeous. Then we have some incredible attributed quotes to Hayao Miyazaki in the vein of "anime was a mistake," such as, "I hate otaku," also from Sean Russell. And then in One ES Season 3D, One Eyes Season 3D, I'm not sure how to say it, but this guy's awesome because he already wants me for WrestleMania, so he remarks, "I'm old, Hayao Miyazaki. I like trees, Hayao Miyazaki. Matlock, Hayao Miyazaki," from Sean Russell again. And "I'm cold, Hayao Miyazaki."
Now, I always have to do this. Now, I just finished watching Reconquista in G, and I gave Yoshiyuki Tomino, Miyazaki's contemporary, high praise. It makes me think, after watching this documentary, that Tomino is not nearly as much of a grumpy 70-year-old man as I thought he was in comparison to Miyazaki, who really looks like he wishes he could stop at any given moment, which I guess is why he announced his retirement recently, so he can go sit at home and complain about the damn kids and their iPads, and we can all move on and let Miyazaki go off into that good night.
I just hate that it's, he's ending everything like this. I hate for him to go out on a low note where people start to hate him because of stuff he may have said. I mean, hands down, the guy has made some of the best anime out there, some of the most masterpieces. I mean, just about any given movie you can think of, everything from Lupin the Third to dang it, what is the fish name?
Ponyo?
Yeah.
Ponyo.
Ponyo?
Why did I forget that?
Oh yeah, the one with
Okay.
the Cyrus kid.
Ponyo. Sure. Okay. All right.
I mean, he makes masterpiece after masterpiece. So I hope he doesn't go out on a low note where people feel like they hate Miyazaki. Wait, you said something about Ponyo? You don't like Ponyo?
Ponyo had the Cyrus daughter, or whatever, the younger Cyrus sibling. I mean, that was for the dub, but I'm not gonna watch that shit in Japanese. But I'm not gonna watch that shit, period.
We can't be friends. You don't like Ponyo.
Colton?
AW, you like Milky Holmes. We're tied.
You dang Skippy, Carday.
And there we go. Colton, go ahead. Colton.
I was gonna say, I'll give Miyazaki this. I don't blame him for hating otaku because, let's be honest, most Japanese otaku really are the worst. It's just being an otaku in Japan compared to being an otaku in America it's just they're two completely different things. So I can kind of let that.
We're
slide.
taking it back, Colton. We're taking that word back.
Is that what we're doing? I'm not allowing myself to call myself an otaku, even so. I don't like that stigma.
Me neither.
Adjust stick glasses.
I accept it because I can't change it. I is who I is. I'm wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog hoodie. What do you want me to do?
I'm staring at a
Finding
Ponyo. Plush Umbreon, so I can't say anything.
See, I could beat all of that. I'm wearing a manga panel shirt that I got from JD for my birthday, so there's that.
Nice. Very nice. Shout out to JD Banks, by the way, the other host of the Manga Corner, the queen of A3K. Shout out to JG. Everybody loves JD Banks.
She's the queen.
Use the hashtag everybody loves JD.
On the subject of the word otaku, One Eye Season 3D remarks, that's our word, Japan. You can't use it.
We're taking it back. We're taking it back.
Finding Ponyo, Sean Russell. Thank you for that. Now I'm just going to think of the Tumblr post where they're going, can't you say something else, Nemo? Say something. Now that we've filled out our meme quotient for the day. I actually did like a lot of the joking around in the documentary that I saw, where they were remarking things such as, okay, so we've got calendar sales are on high, but this character is making the most money. This is going on an incline. It's decreasing in sales. And then one guy remarks, really, I love the deadpan humor sometimes. I have a very dry sense of humor, so I appreciate when there's such offhanded comments that are done in jest, such as, we should make a Hayao Miyazaki calendar. Things like that. Or when he left to consult with, I believe Miyazaki, but I could be wrong. I wasn't really paying attention as I was falling asleep. But he comes back and says, I must make negotiations. He leaves. He returns. This is all your fault. This is a large problem. I adore that kind of just business office humor, but I can't take 2 hours of quiet. This is something you watch, like you listen to with your headphones on like a playlist on loop to go to sleep.
That's what I did. I had it on I had it on in the background when I was writing my review for Technolize.
There you go.
Well,
You can't even tell what they're saying, and it doesn't even matter either way.
It really does.
well, I have a strong tolerance for watching what would be otherwise boring things because I believe it was you, Jack, who teased me and said, "Go to sleep, AW. You're drunk." When I was saying how I sat through a whole 50-minute promo video of a random Juice member because I sit through the most random things. So I probably could sit straight through the whole documentary and not fall asleep, not wink. In fact, I probably would be excited the whole time because I'm a big Miyazaki fan. I want to see what he has to say.
Guys, then I have a challenge for you, AW. I have a challenge.
Bring it on.
There's something that's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, summer 2016, that I challenge you to sit through.
Okay.
The gentleman that was featured in that documentary, Hideaki Anno, best known as the director and creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Guys, you're liking this already, huh? Okay. All right, we'll see. We're all familiar with Godzilla, the Godzilla franchise.
Gojira?
No.
Oh, I don't like where this is going now, but let's see.
Okay. So this story just came from ANN a couple of days ago, where Hideaki Anno will be, for the next Toho Godzilla movie, he will be the chief director and writer. Oh yes, Hideaki Anno is taking on Godzilla.
I don't know how to feel
Japanese
about
movie.
that. I might actually like it though.
Okay.
Like the most recent one that came out was crap, but I don't know how to feel about it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't like that one.
Yeah.
Hmm,
The most recent one,
okay.
Godzilla was only on like 20 minutes of the whole movie,
Man, I liked it.
if that.
Is that the only issue you had? Because I thought that was a great way to build it up to a climax where he showed up and it mattered.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Like an infomercial.
It was a
Hey,
nod
kids!
to the old films. It was a nod to the old films because you remember the old films with the rubber suit. He didn't show up till like the last 15 minutes. So I see what they were doing as a nod back to the old films. But
There was a lot of, I guess you could say, fan service to the Godzilla franchise in that movie, and I appreciated it as well. I think the performances were really good by and large, and I liked that they, how do I put this? They booked Godzilla as the main event. He was the marquee, and they saved him for when it mattered the most.
I mean,
So I appreciated that.
it's
But
crazy.
what you're saying, AW,
Mhm.
is that you're going to be okay with this movie when it comes out next summer, where the Godzilla is actually the main character's older sister trapped in the body of a giant monster.
I have to see it.
And
I have to see it.
and the team that has to stop Godzilla was actually put together by the main character's older brother, and they don't get along, but in actuality they want to have sex with one another. Because that's exactly what Hideaki Anno is going to come up with.
Potentially be good. I don't.
We don't know.
It's not gonna be.
We don't know for sure.
Here's the funny thing, though. I'm a big Godzilla fan, but the most recent one I didn't like because, I mean, I watched the Godzilla versus Godzilla's Mothra, played the games. I'm a big Godzilla fan, but the newest one, like, have you ever seen Cinema Sins on YouTube, how they ripped the movie apart? Everything they were saying on there, I was saying it as I was watching. And I'm like, oh my God, come on.
Looks like King of Fry, yes, free. Great, another YouTube user that I cannot pronounce their username of agrees with you about the last Godzilla movie, and I do too. It was very just Hollywood. It was very Transformers, very
I didn't want
kind
to
of
say
feel.
that because once I said Hollywood, y'all jumped down my throat. But that's Hollywood is what happened to it.
I'm totally calling you a weeaboo right now, AD.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
I
doing.
don't. However,
I
don't
liked-
think that they're. I don't think that Anno's going to do much better, actually.
I think the reason I enjoyed the last Godzilla movie was because it was Hollywood. It did not tie itself down with so many Toho, tokusatsu, Japanese tropes. It it paid enough respect to the franchise while attempting to do something of its own, and I don't think that was a bad thing, and I ended up enjoying it. I ended up enjoying that they made Godzilla important rather than just the thing that smashed all the things throughout the entire show, or the thing that fought the thing that smashed all the things throughout the entire thing.
What it is, I was just too much of a mega fan, and I had too many high expectations, and they weren't met. Because you know how when you're a big fan of something, you kind of hold it to a higher caliber. Like a lot of people give Zelda games free pass, and I'm very strict on those. As I'm a big fan. Everything I'm a big fan of, I hold to a certain caliber, and I expect it to be.
So what you're saying is everything that you're a big fan of, you don't actually like.
No, everything I'm a big fan of, I'm very critical because I'm like, I want it to be like this. But
everything that you're a big fan of, you're not looking to enjoy.
Meets my standards.
Everything that you're a big fan of, you're looking to deconstruct.
I am with you on this.
No, not deconstruct. It's just, you know how when you're a fan of something, you have a certain expectation. You expect it to be at least this good, and if it's not, then you're like, but they made me get used to this. It's like if you have a company
that's how you ruin your enjoyment.
And then they give you copper. You're like, this is crap. Y'all were giving me gold. What's this copper?
That's how you ruin your enjoyment of things, when you let your expectations get out of control. I've been saying time and time again that Gundam Reconguista in G it exceeded my expectations because I went in with no expectations. And I love the Gundam franchise, and I love the parts of the franchise that were directed by Yoshiyuki Tomino. This most recent part of the show was directed by Tomino. But I went in with no real expectations at all, especially after Gundam Age was universally panned. And I ended up liking G-Reco because I didn't go in with very high expectations. Because if you do that, the things you love and end up kind of being ruined.
I can agree with that to a certain extent because if I was the same way with Dragon Ball Z, I would hate it. Because I loved Dragon Ball so much that I thought nothing could match it. But I went into Z knowing this one is not a comedy, it's action, it's different. Let me take it for what it is, and I actually love it. I still like Dragon Ball more, but I like Z too. So
if I could just like say, I think the points. I'm just gonna act like the mother here for a second. You're both so special and good, and you have excellent ideas. You're so perfect. Here's what I think.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. Here's how you look at it, is you can either look at it from you're really passionate about something, you've loved it for a long time. I'm really blanking on my own. Let me just say Hellsing for the sake of it. I really liked the original Hellsing series. Hellsing Ultimate comes out, I really absolutely love it. If they had taken it into a completely different direction from having loved it for so long because it was something I grew up with and really enjoyed, I would be upset because you look at it from the perspective of passionate sports fans who have loved a team their whole life. Everyone in the friends, you represent your hometown, things like that, and they boo when their team that they want to cheer. However, you can also look at it from the perspective of David, which is much into what you love. You can be passionate about it, but the moment that you start to nitpick every new thing that comes in, that's when it becomes a problem. Coming up with
you turn into an internet reviewer is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and internet reviewers are flawed because they always want to have the good and the bad points, and that's very crucial to journalism. But the moment when you do that just while you're watching something that you would enjoy as a hobby is when it starts to really, really affect your enjoyment of things. So cheer for your team, but don't boo if they don't score the points and football the other guys as much as you want them to football. It's a didn't make it.
I guess what I should say when I say I expect a certain standard is like if you expect the show to be this and they change it too much, you get mad. Like there's a new Star Fox. I'm happy for that. But if they tell me they cast Samuel L. Jackson as Peppy and just give me, do a barrel roll, motherfucker, I'm like, no, that's going
Now,
too
see,
far away from
I would find that intriguing. I would be intrigued with that. I would say, that's interesting. That's different. And it challenges me. And it's the kind of thing that challenges me as a fan. And if I'm a fan of a franchise, I enjoy when the creators challenge me as a viewer, which is why I appreciate when the Gundam franchise really goes off the rails with something like Gundam Age. And then I enjoy when they're able to kind of bring things back a little bit with something like G-Reco or Unicorn Gundam.
I'm glad you said Gundam, because I am one of the few people in my group who actually like G Gundam, because it was so wildly different from Wing and everything. I
absolutely adore G Gundam.
Mm-hmm. It's Hetalia without the absolute complete bullshit. That's what it is. Plus a good dose of what makes D.j.m happy, which is mechs.
I mean, when your main here,
the King of Fries says,
"Shining finger, you can't go wrong."
Quick interlude here. The King of Fry S3 probably butchered it even more than before. Says no one likes internet reviewers. No one. Not even the reviewers themselves. Can we start reviewing internet reviewers, guys?
Ooh.
Can we just review them? Okay, so ProCharid, let's give him a B plus. Let's see, Nostalgia Critic C minus, etc., etc. I think we should get on to this, guys.
I think we should brainstorm. Colton, you've been a little bit on the quiet side for this one, and I love when you are, because you are fantastic at coming in with a fantastic opinion when you go quiet. So, Hideaki Anno directing Godzilla, and Godzilla in general. Are you looking forward to Anno directing and writing Godzilla?
It's a good question. Well, I don't know, because I don't like Evangelion. I think I've said this many times on the podcast before, but I do like Godzilla, so I might just go see this. But I'm hoping Anno isn't too crazy with it. But at the same time, I'm kind of hoping he is. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted, honestly.
It's an interesting conflict in a way. You kind of want Anno and all of his like in a way you kind of want Anno hopefully to be off his medication for this project. like if Anno is off his medication for this if Anno is off his medication for this project, it could be something truly amazing.
Yes.
But if he's able to rope himself in, it might only be, decent.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be a 14-year-old girl that can talk to Godzilla and hopefully save the world. Sorry, Colton, go ahead.
No, all I was going to say is all I'm hoping for this new Godzilla movie is that it's not up its own. I'm hoping it's not up its own ass like Evangelion is. That's all I'm hoping for.
And that's exactly what I am hoping for.
I want that a lot.
All of the Ava tropes. I want all of the Ava tropes.
All these crosses.
I really hope.
Like, I want them to go and dig deep and bring back all some weird stuff like the twin fairies and Mothra and all that stuff. I want that again.
And in the end,
little weirdness that you can't explain.
And in the end, I hope they're all family related. That's how it would work, because this is Anno we're talking about. And then in 20 years, he can do a reboot of this movie. Ooh, what if he gets a franchise of it? Oh,
Godzilla 2.0. You are, in parentheses, always.
Not.
In parentheses, not. In parentheses, fucked.
I love everything about this.
We have some pretty good suggestions for Anno's very, very logical, very understated, low-key direction of Godzilla. And we have Godzilla turning into a 14-year-old girl. Godvangelion. Godzilla-Delion. And we have Godzilla turning into a 14-year-old girl. They make every episode look like End of Evangelion with vaginas on their heads. So it becomes a gag show. I think that the chat wants Teen Titans Go plus Godzilla plus Christian imagery. I think that's what they want.
So essentially, the
God.
chat room wants the Evangelion reboot movies. That's pretty much what they're asking for.
But done on purpose. They want Inferno Cop.
Only thing is that I'm just hoping that there isn't a masturbation scene in this because
I was just thinking the same fucking thing.
We don't need that.
Only if Godzilla's the one masturbating.
No.
Okay, that's different.
Over Mothra.
In a Godzilla movies, if a Navy ship gets hit.
And Mothra, instead of being an actual kaiju monster, is actually just a 16-year-old girl.
I actually kind of want, now that we've gotten to this crazy, like, parody mindset, I kind of want it to end up that Inferno Cop was Godzilla all along. He just shows up. Nani!
No. At the end of the whole movie, Godzilla gets up and punches out like Wile E. Coyote on the old Looney Tunes. Like, I'm out of here. Punches the card out. Bye, guys.
So the end of the movie, they just film the storyboards on like somebody's webcam.
I feel like the main protagonist of this movie is destined for greatness because it needs to be like a 15 or 16-year-old kid who can be really, really angsty and miserable about fighting Godzilla.
Did they refuse to run away?
Right. But in the end, he gets coaxed into it by a bunch of girls kind of reverse negging him into doing it.
Right. And that kid for some reason had to hatch from a dragon egg, but he's a human.
Bingo. Done. Anno-san, there you go.
Please understand.
Anime3000 on Twitter, anime3000.com. You guys, we got it taken care of. So we're all going to watch the Godzilla movie, summer 2016, when it comes out. JD, please don't make me review this. Please.
I will.
Please.
I will.
Okay.
Make him do it.
Will do it.
Make him do it.
I will review it jokingly, though. Like, I will be very light on it. I will not say anything bad. I only talk about what's good. And if nothing's good, then I will keep repeating that same one good thing.
Honey, you are missing the point of internet reviews, which is to talk about the negatives as well, but to not make them the focal point. Internet reviewers fail because they only focus on one or the other. Please don't do that. As our amazing English D.j.m would say, please understand.
Okay.
Please understand.
Yes.
Internet reviewers have in mind is that they simply want to nitpick and deconstruct, and then deliver their bullshit directly to you. Please understand.
Can we get, bringing it back to a previous topic, can we get D.j.m to dub over, when they could do a dub for the voiceover of The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness? Can we have him do the voiceover instead of the Japanese girl? So then it's just, so very simply, Miyazaki-san is now contemplating 14 different ways to kill himself. Please understand. Retirement.
Please understand. Miyazaki-san hates everything about the modern world. He is 70 years old. He wants to go home. But you still keep buying his bullshit. And keep giving him money.
Miyazaki calendar.
Please understand.
Godzilla reviews his own show at the end.
Miyazaki
Creative Control
calendar.
101. Guys, we are really, so understated.
Way off the wall on this one, isn't we?
I'm really looking forward to this movie. I hope someone riff tracks it. I hope it's at Anime Hell at a convention somewhere. It will be absolutely sublime.
Why are you hoping that it's just horrible?
Please understand.
Yeah, I like bad movies when you know they're bad ahead of time. Like
AW, have you ever had the shared experience of watching something really terrible at a convention with hundreds of people?
Not at a convention, but I did see the first Incredible Hulk movie with the theater full of yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Not the remake, but the first one.
Yeah.
Did everybody cry?
That's good.
I can beat that. I once invited over 10 of my good friends over for a New Year's Eve party at my place just to watch Birdemic at the end of the night.
Ooh, yeah. I actually did that not long ago for the premiere of Sharknado 2. So
I-
You knew that was gonna be bad. It's Sharknado.
I
yes.
watched with a friend. I went on Skype chat and we simultaneously watched. Are you ready for this? We watched The Room together, and then immediately after, we watched a good
Oh,
movie.
yes.
We watched Shuffle.
Yes.
We watched Shuffle. By the way, anybody in the chat really big movie fans, which I'm assuming you all are, on what amazing ideas you have for films. You are all the best filmmakers. Mommy Jack, 2015. Watch Shuffle, because that is basically a modern Capra film plus an action movie plus Back to the Future plus time traveling. That isn't Back to the Future. Plug in.
Wow. My head is spinning after that. So, you know what? I'm just going to ask you guys what you've been dotting. What have you been watching, playing, reading, whatever, Colton?
Well, not much because this. I'll be honest. This is my 4th podcast this week. I've been very busy this week. I've literally done almost a podcast every day this week between my show, other shows I help co-host, and then what I do here. It's ridiculous. I also still have a lot of stuff to edit for my next podcast episode coming up. That's going to be at least 3 to 4 hours long. It's a long episode.
I hear you, Colton. Believe me, I hear you.
God, I can't sit down more than 5 minutes to edit a podcast anymore. I get so restless. But I guess I've also because I've been so busy, I've been trying to sit down and finally watch some Love Live, so I can finally get that finished and start talking about that soon. But I tried watching the first episode today, but then stuff came up, so I'm gonna have to try to watch that another day. But I will watch at least the first season of that, and me and Jack are going to talk about it, and we are going to get. I am going to get that done before June.
I've been putting that
Colton.
off a lot. I gotta get
Young
on
lady.
that shit.
No.
What happened?
I plead the
Colton is
fifth.
braving Love Live.
I plead the fifth.
Brave.
But I think other than that, I started watching 2 shows from this new season. I watched this first one because I thought it was going to be one of those funny little 5-minute anime little short things, little time waster. I watched the first episode of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? And it is the blandest thing I've ever seen. It's not even bad. It's just really boring.
It's wrong.
That's funny.
This could be a 60-second YouTube clip. Yes, it is.
God. I don't have anything else to say about that show except I can really take it or leave it. I could see myself dropping this after like 2 more episodes. I also watched
like a blind date.
I also watched the first 2 episodes of first episode of Food Wars, which I guess I can just say it here now. Might as well hype it up. Look forward to a Manga Corner episode about this around the 25th. Still need to get to editing that, but that will be out this month, so I won't go too into it. But I thought the first episode was enjoyable. I've seen some people very not liking the fan service, and I can totally understand that, but
that's what I've been seeing a lot of on Twitter, is that the show is super fan servicey.
It is, but I think that's part of the comedy, though, and plus
that's the joke.
Exactly. Plus, it's what I think is really funny is that the manga artist for this particular series used to draw for erotic manga, so that makes it even better.
As you do.
Spoilers: Uncle Grandpa Love Live crossover.
Yes.
Good morning, Desu.
That'll be
Fuck up.
after Uncle Grandpa goes back to see the SWAT cats.
Yes.
Kids don't know nothing about the SWAT cats. Kids, y'all don't know nothing about the SWAT cats. Don't act like you know the SWAT cats. You don't know the SWAT cats. AW, what have you been dotting? Do you know the SWAT cats?
Oh yes, I grew up with them.
Oh dear.
Those are the two cats that drive it. I mean, that fat one and the kind of skinny one with the cool mask. I know SWAT
That's
cats.
the one. All right, what have you been dotting?
Well, I've been drooling over the new Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover. Been drooling over.
Weeb.
Fucking weeb.
Give me a woo. Give me a e. Give me a e. Give me a buh.
Wait, you're gonna love
that spell? Weeb.
You're gonna love the last one. Wait a second. I've been drooling over that. I've been finishing up Shin Megami Tensei 4 because I upgraded to the new 3DS and I finally got a big enough SD card so I can start back where I left off. I'm like halfway through it. Updating my blog, and this last one is just for Jack. I found out why certain parts of one of my favorite anime didn't make sense. Apparently, I missed a whole series, so I've been watching one of the whole series of Milky Homes that I missed.
Oh dear.
Would you be up for doing like something like a bonus round or writing something about Milky Homes? Just so
I would.
Just so the world can find out about it.
Let's give you a nice, quiet, understated NPR-style discussion of just, and now, let's move to AW's very calm discussion regarding
Welcome to Anime 3000, everybody. I'm David Majors. This week, AW Brawler talks about Milky Homes.
I have to take the hat off for this one. But like, greetings. I'm glad that you could join us today. Today I'll be discussing with you a very, very classic, I will say, anime called Milky Homes. Now, before anyone gets upset, let us please point out that it has nothing to do with Sherlock Holmes, and Milky Holmes is not an actual character, but the name of the detective team.
And now for D.j.m and Jack with the rebuttal of, we don't give a shit. Please understand.
Please understand.
Direct.
You are disgusting. But we appreciate that the anime porn you are watching is at least anatomically proportionate. Please understand.
Everybody in the chat is remarking about how much that they enjoy boobies. This has become a really great discussion. Please understand.
I think that we should... I would, Sean, to Sean Russell, our executive producer and founder, I would be up for doing a new episode of the bonus round regarding boobies. I can get working on that one in the not too distant future. See, that's why I made her the co-host, you guys. That's why she's the co-host. And Jack D, what are you dotting?
What am I dotting? Well, because I got so sleepy and had to drink an energy drink while watching The Kingdom of... I almost called it The Mounts of Madness. I really wish I was reading Sherlock... I'm just completely discombobulated. I really wish I was reading H.P. Lovecraft instead of watching that. But what I've been dotting is immediately afterwards went, the hell with it, and I watched the first episode of Death Parade. First off, I have a question for you. D.j.m. Are the members of Bradio single? Because I want to make sweet, sweet love to their music and their bodies and their faces.
Yeah. Don't we all?
The opening.
Am I right, Colton? Am I right, Colton?
You are right, David. You are right.
The opening of Death Parade is singularly the only anime opening involving dancing that doesn't look like it would be entirely embarrassing to do a reenactment of. I don't care about Haruhi Suzumiya or your Lucky Star dances. I want to see millions of people doing this dance, and I want to participate. This thing...
While I agree with you, Jack, I will admit that I've done a little para in my day, but go on.
Perfectly understandable. Please understand. I am really getting a lot of mileage out of that. I tell you guys, This man makes me laugh
You've
too
never seen
much.
the intro for Tribe Cool Crew, because that dance looks very believable, and it doesn't look too embarrassing on the opening.
AW, have you watched Death Parade? Have you checked it out?
Not yet, but it is on my list.
Let me
I
explain.
definitely need to watch it. Because I like
Hi.
Death Note, and it has death in the name. I'm going to see if it can compare to Death Note.
Let me explain to you what
Highest
this is.
recommendation.
This is like Hellgirl on acid. This is the finest thing I've seen recently. The character design is spot on. The story is intriguing from the first moment, not just because they do the cliche of, we can't remember what we were doing here.
Guys,
Nanako!
we have a dissenter in our ranks.
Hmm?
And it is none other than our boss, Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell, in fact, says Death Parade. He used the O word and said it was overrated.
Oh.
And Cody Byer, our resident contrarian, is saying boo on Sean Russell. This
Guys.
is an unmitigated surprise.
Guys,
Oh, dear.
two words. Two words. Hostile takeover.
It's
happening.
either that or I'm gonna have to resign from the network.
Nope. Hostile takeover. It's happening. That's what I'm going to be doing while I'm trying to get my IRL together. I have a new job, so I haven't really been dotting a whole lot because I just started a brand new job. So I have podcasts to edit too, Colton. God, I have 2 episodes of shooting the shit with 2 nerdy black guys to get done and edited and out. But now I will actually have a little bit of time to do that. I don't really have any more anime to watch because G-Reco ended, Parasite ended, Death Parade ended. Hopefully there's something good this new season. I mean, it's rare for me to have 3 shows in a season that I enjoyed. What was that, AW?
Go back and watch some older season stuff. Majin Bone, something.
Oh dear. I'd like to point out that Sean got us all good. He was trolling, just like we were trolling earlier. Enough about that. Just saying. Oh dear. Oh dear. We've been had. We're still firing you, by the way, Sean. That cannot be revoked. You are fired.
Hostile takeover. Hostile takeover. This is officially the A3K mutiny. But before we take over, guys, let's move into the takeaway. AW Brawler, what have you got going on, good sir?
Well, my main takeaway is that I'm going to be revamping my whole entire blog because I just left it there to sit still and rot. And I have a new segment. I'm going to be doing a brand new segment on my YouTube channel where I'm going to be doing anime commentary. Just the whole episode, I'm doing commentary, saying what I think the whole time. And I'm going to start the anime off with something that Jack and Cody would love. I'm going to start off with the AKB48 anime.
What?
So I want to watch their show.
Okay. I try my best. I try my best to be kind of the moderator, the neutral voice in all of these things. I try my best to toe the line with Jack, with Cody, with AW, with Colton, with everybody. I try to maintain some semblance of neutrality. But why the fuck are you doing AKB48 anime? Why would you do such a thing?
Well, I have
Why are you hurting yourself like this?
So
You're hurting yourself, AW.
John, you're double fired.
And
Why
Sean
would you
says
say
it's
that is not a bad anime?
Again,
Why would he
hostile
say that?
takeover. Hostile takeover. It's happening.
I don't care if he's trolling this time either. What is this?
It was actually suggested by my followers. They saw I was a fan of AKB48 and they said, it's an anime. You should do that one first. And I said, really? Okay, I'll do that one first.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was
So Anime 3000 is now Anime 3000 is now exclusively a reviewer site where we review your reviewers and review their reviews. And after we're finished reviewing their reviews, we do reviews on each other's reviews about the reviews.
Oh, God, that was like exhibit times 50.
I understood all of that. Colton, what have you got going on?
Oh, well, first off, David, remind me to talk to you after the show to maybe recommend a couple of shows from this next season coming up, because I might have a couple of shows I could maybe point in your direction. And that's my segue into all the podcasts that I've been doing this week. Because I might as well talk about real quick, just a couple of other shows I'm on other than my own podcast. Hopefully by the time this is out, I will have been on an episode of the Ass Backwards Anime Podcast, the SSA podcast, which is also based in Florida. I do a lot of shows with the host, my good podcast acquaintance, Doctor, who is also very into mechs. We're going to be doing an episode soon about the upcoming spring season, so that might be fun. And hopefully that'll be out the week that this comes out. And I also just recorded an episode of One Podcast Prevails, which is basically a Detective Conan / Case Closed podcast. We started covering the simulcasted anime on Crunchyroll, so that was fun. Hopefully that'll be out soon. And like always, if you guys are into Gintama, or you're interested in getting into Gintama and you maybe don't know where to start, you want to hear a second opinion, hopefully my podcast will help fill those needs at Life Lessons, the Gintama manga cast at gintalifelessons.wordpress.com, and that's pretty much all that's going on with me.
Awesome, Colton. Thank you so much. And I will definitely hit you up later after the show to find some new shows to watch this season. Absolutely. Jack D, Tyler D, what have you got going on?
Oh my. Well, guys, guess what? No speed draw tonight. I know, boo.
Aww.
It's okay. I didn't really have anything to do anyway because I didn't know what I was going to draw because nobody got back
also,
to me.
Also, you got
on
promoted.
Skype.
You did get promoted. So.
I did get promoted, but my tablet said, guess what? I'm pulling out of here. Can't do it. No thanks. So tonight, we're just going to discuss some art things. I'll talk about my relationship with art. I will draw a slice of cheddar, as per Colton's request. And you can find that at the coolest dang YouTube URL ever at YouTube/user/Yoshi Star Spirit. Represent the coolest URL ever. You can also check out the past speed draws there. I've got a playlist up now. We did a pretty interesting line art style last time where it wasn't completely black, and I'll talk about that kind of development in my art and talk about just how happy I am about the current art industry. I might also make some observations about that or about cartoons. I've been doing cartoon top 5s, which Cody absolutely adores. He agrees with every single one that I have. He absolutely loves it. And so you can find those, hashtag cartoon top 5s, that's spelled out like the letters, F-I-V-E-S, and you can find that at my Twitter account, Jack D. Tyler D. And I have some Tumblrs, which I've actually been updating now, with art and with things. You can find my art blog at mechanicalsymphonies.tumblr.com. Then you can find me doing Steven Universe things at watermelontourmalineGem.tumblr.com. Thank you very much. Please understand, I am a big fat nerd, and I have possibly some pretty bad taste comparatively to other people, but let's review the reviews and review our own reviews, and let's review for the end of this podcast. Back to you, David.
All right. Me, I have podcasts at DeltaJulietMike.com, shooting the shit with two nerdy black guys. Fanny Pack Wrestling, we're going to be talking about WrestleMania weekend and all of the stuff that happened. Again, STS. I will probably be on the next episode of The Walking Drunks with Jackie Hearn and her friends, talking about the last season of The Walking Dead, and everything else you can find at Just Call Me D.j.m on Twitter, all of my wonderful shenanigans. I have a brand new job in the real world. Also, if you are in Southeast Michigan or here in the city of Detroit, my wonderful hometown, come to Midwest Media Expo. I will be there. We can hang out. We can say hi. We can do the thing. I will take you out to dinner. We'll have a good time. Also, there will be internet reviewers there, so I'm going to be talking with actual internet reviewers at Midwest Media Expo, downtown Detroit, about 15 minutes that way. So, yeah, if you're there, say hi, and follow me on the tweeters at Just Call Me D.J.M. This has been A3K Live. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening on demand in iTunes, Stitcher Radio, on the YouTubes. Thanks for checking out the clips put together by the fantastic Sean Russell on the A3K TV YouTube page. Remember, anime3000.com, Twitter at anime3000, anime3000.com in iTunes, Stitcher Radio. Just go ahead and look for the A3K network. For Jack D. Tyler D., for A.W. Brawler, and Colton from the Manga Corner, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next time on the Intertubes. Good night, everybody.
Please enjoy A3K podcast responsibly.
Yeah.
And be you, be true, be human.
And I love you all, no matter how terrible your tastes are. I genuinely love you.
It's okay to have terrible taste. I have a friend who loves Howard the Duck. He loves Howard the Duck.
Okay. That's it. We're ending it. That's it.
He is a popular YouTuber, I'd like to point out. And he has amazing work.
Howard the Duck. You're not gonna bash the duck in front of me.
Stay
But he
tuned for
loves Howard the Duck.
A3K After Dark.
A3K After Dark, where D.j.m and I will get horribly inebriated.
Only at conventions.
I can't promise that.
Well, the audio is done, which means pretty much everything stopped at Howard the Duck.
Yes, good.
So, guys, thank you all for watching. The live broadcast is about to end, and I am hitting the stop. So, everyone say goodnight.
Equestrian girls.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
AW, you are the absolute worst.